Now let's pretend we are about 10 years ago and I would show you this phone and I'll tell you it's a touch screen, it's got 2 cameras and it costs $90. You would never believe me. But this day has come that in these days you can get smartphones that look like that and they cost around $90. There are so much more to this story than it might look like. So first of all, this phone is called XGODY Note 8, okay? As you can see over here, I've got it over here. It's got pretty cool design and pretty cool like metallic back with like 4 cameras on the top over here with flash over there, and then the screen with a teardrop screen over there, as you can see over here. It comes in a box like this. Inside the box is the phone. We've got your charging cable, which is USB-C, which is pretty cool. Instruction manuals, and then there are actually a spare case in there. Spare clear case if you want, and a glass screen protector cover, okay? So it's full glass, tempered glass over there, so you can put that on top of your screen. So if you're asking me, are you going to be reviewing phones on this channel? Is this going to be completely like phone review channel? No, definitely not only phones, but I thought this is a very interesting point in the history where no one knows what's going to happen with the economy, and there is something so cheap available, and the question is it worth it or is it not? You know, maybe the economy is going to go that way that we can't afford anything else and these are the only phones that we can afford, but it's good to look back into what we're actually using here and compare some of the specs over here, what they are offering, and then some of the mainstream phones. I'm gonna go through some advertised specs and then some of the specs that I actually tested and then what the actual reality is. Okay, here's the first like a little alarm bell. Okay, so this is a 6.3 inch screen and they are advertising this as 540 pixels times 1014 pixels, okay, and the advertised pixels per inch is 240 ppi. Now I don't know who did those measurements, but if you actually calculate how many ppi is 540 times 1014, then it's not 240 ppi, it's roughly around 182 ppi. Now, when I screenshot the actual screen and then look at the actual measurements, what the screen sizes actually are, and you know, what has the picture been saved at, then the screenshot size is actually 480 times 1014, which is actually more 178 ppi, so even less. So inside there is a CPU that is a quad-core MTK6737, and GPU is Mali T720. There is 2 GB of RAM, 16 GB of storage, and the storage can be expanded up to 64 GB on a micro SD card. There are 2 cameras, front-facing camera and then back-facing camera, 5 megapixels and 8 megapixels. And you are wondering, wait a second, didn't you say there's 4 cameras? They aren't actually cameras. 3 of these are fake and 1 of them is for real. Only the top one is a camera, all the bottom ones are actually fake, just looking like a camera, but there's nothing there, just a black plastic cover, so it's just for show. So testing the megapixels of the cameras, they actually measure up what they advertise. It's 8 megapixels in the back and 5 at the front. Now the interesting thing is it does record video at 1080p resolution. Let's go to the camera app, and then when we're going to put this let's go into the settings and then look at the video settings over there. There is electronic image stabilization, on, microphone on, audio mode normal, and then video quality, let's put it to high. And then when I'm recording the video at higher settings, it is actually 480p, not 1080p. Okay, so the max resolution that it can actually record is 480p, which is standard definition. It's not even HD, it's SD, okay? It's not 720p, it's one below, okay? So if you're wondering how does this compare to 4K, then at the moment you're seeing 4K, and if I'm laying this SD footage on top with no crop or anything, then this is what the size is, okay? At the moment, see, I'm filming this, and then you're gonna get this, see that, okay? Nice little plant. Over here, there we go. Inside here is a 2850 milliampere battery. It's running an Android 9.0. It can be charged via USB-C, and it has a screen lock as a security feature. Now, it's also advertised that it does have a Face ID security feature. For the life of me, I cannot find it inside the settings. For the life of me, I just found the face unlocked. So let's have a look. How does it work? I'm gonna lock the screen over here. Okay, we're gonna lock it. The screen is lit. Let's have a look. Okay, that's the slowest face recognition in the world. So check this out. Okay, can you see? Screen on. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. It actually works. So that is quite good. So it's a little bit puzzling for me, thinking that, okay, it looks, you know, quite good, but there's so many lies about this phone. Okay, first of all, design, right? There's 4 cameras, looking like 4 cameras, but it's actually just one. This one is real, they're fake. Like I mentioned before, it just makes me question, like, okay, what? So why would you put your big logo over here? Just make it so much smaller, or somewhere on the side, or put it this way. It looks so tacky, this. However this is put on, it does not look good. Also, this flashlight on the back over here, inside the hole, the flashlight is in an angle. It's tilted, it's not straight inside the hole. Next up, there is a little button over there next to the power button that's probably like resetting the phone. Okay, it's not the actual SD card tray that's on the other side. This is over here and the button is over there. So you can actually restart the phone by pressing that button, which is why would you have that type of phone, what type of reset button? Anyway, very, very questionable. So when you look in also the adverts and all the pictures that have been online about this phone, you can actually see that it's got pretty good screen to body ratio. You can easily see that the screen goes all the way to the end. Whereas when we're looking at this screen over here, there is a massive bezel all around the screen. There's a massive chin, there's a massive notch and a teardrop notch, as well as bezels on the side. So screen to body ratio is not what it looks like on those phones on the advertised models over there. This is definitely photoshopped on there. You can see it does not look the same compared to what are some of the photos over here. So let's talk some more. So they're advertising that it's quite good processor for gaming. So I've got Asphalt 8 over here, and then just pay attention to the actual phone screen, okay? I wouldn't call this a game. I would call this more like a slideshow show. This does not look good. Oh my word. Can you see that? My word, this does not handle this well at all. This is absolute lag fest over here. So just an idea of the gaming, it doesn't really work that well. Also, when we look inside the software over here, so you can see that there's some apps and things like that, okay? So that's cool that like swiping up goes to the apps and things like that, but then we're gonna go left and right. So we can see that this music app over here, right? It's got a very, very familiar logo to it, which is Spotify, but believe me, this is not Spotify, okay? This is some kind of built-in music app, but it's not Spotify, which is like, okay. So to me, it looks very much like a Samsung skin on here. Because I had a Samsung S8 before, and then this to-do looks very similar to what was over there. So they've kind of like copied some of the skin or things like that, which is a little bit odd to me. Okay, look at this. I'm actually downloading a YouTube app because it wasn't installed at first, because maybe in some countries where this phone is used, YouTube is not actually allowed. Another thing that I noticed is that it says that 16 gigabytes of free storage inside, but actually when you open the phone, there was probably around 10.5 left, because the actual software uses about 5 gigabytes. So just so you know, you don't have 16 gigabytes of storage, you have actually 10 gigabytes of storage, which is 30% less than actually advertised. Two phones over here, okay? Two screens. This one over here is my Huawei Mate 20X. So it's a quite large phone, but leave it at that. I just want to show you the video quality difference, okay?
Remember this
Watch this over here.
This monster of an editing PC. And, you know, we put this 12 core in there. It's time to give it a little bit of an injection and make it a boss monster, okay? There's another CPU over here, which we're going to put in there, and there's two hard drives, one SSD over here, and one hard drive over here that I've pulled out from my old machine.
So that was maximum volume over there as well. And what I noticed was that this screen only can play 480p videos from YouTube, okay? And now,
remember this?
This is the Huawei
over here. This monster of an
20p. Let's
PC.
put the...
And, you know, we put this
Yes.
12 core in there.
And it's a 1080p.
It's time to give it a little bit of an injection and make it a boss monster. Okay? It's time to make there's another CPU.
Basically, as you can see, the screen is so inaccurate and very, very bad quality, okay? It's only kind of just survivable. So if you're getting this phone and you're expecting some kind of like a screen pleasure time where you're looking at some really nice pictures on the screen, then things do not look good on this screen. They look just okay at last, okay? I just wanted to show you like a comparison between something that actually has a good screen. It's so faded out colors on this and everything. Plus the speakers, there's only one speaker on the bottom over there. It's quite bad as well. It's clipping, it's not clear at all, things like that. So let's try to conclude this video about this. Okay, so the thing is, the good thing about this is it is very, very cheap. And then let's say sometimes you just need to kind of call someone, text someone, and maybe look something up on the internet, and that's why you need your smartphone. You don't need anything fancy, you don't need gaming, you don't need nice screen. Then I guess this is a perfect phone for you. You know, USB-C charging, it works, it's all right. But now if you put it in the bigger perspective and we're looking at some of the advertising lies, I would say, there's a big question mark for me. Why would you make your phone better than it actually is? Why would you lie about some of the specs? That's like a big question for me. I mean, maybe this is all right these days. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. But to me, that is just a little bit not fair. This is not fair to people who buy it. This is not fair to, you know, to you guys. You know, it's just putting a bad mark on you who's selling this. So instead of doing this, I would just put like one camera over there, okay? You don't have to put four. It looks ridiculous to me. It doesn't actually give you any features of this. It just shows you that, oh look, we put some fake cameras on. It's like, it's like running a Jeep with having a like inflatable balloon in the back on the hood instead of actual back tire. It's like, why are these there? Do you know what I mean? I'm a little bit puzzled about this. I feel a little bit, let's say, hurt in my technology heart that there's so many kind of lies and secrets about it, and you know, this the Spotify logo on music which isn't Spotify, and you know, lies like these that aren't completely honest. It's just not completely honest to me, which I don't really like very much. But at the same time, it's very cheap and it kind of works. So maybe the economy is gonna go in a place where these are the phones that we can afford only. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is a scam or is this a good deal? What would you say? Thank you very much guys for watching this video. Hit that like button if you found it helpful or at least entertaining. Comment below, I'm gonna meet you in the comment section below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for being here. Stay safe and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Here's a little selfie video of this camera. Checking this over here. Lights over there. Whoa, that looks quite bad. Let's see. Whoa, what is that? Yikes. Okay, so it's very, very like fuzzy. I guess it's a recording over here.